Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Shen and today I'm going to be reviewing the Urban Decay Stay Naked foundation and concealer. So if you guys are interested, then just stay tuned. Okay, so I picked up the Urban Decay Stay Naked foundation and I also picked up the concealer. So this is supposed to be a weightless liquid foundation that lasts up to 24 hours. On the box it says flexible, breathable, real skin matte finish, medium buildable coverage, does not transfer, minimizes the appearance of pores, stay true color, waterproof, vegan formula, does not contain animal derived ingredients or byproducts. So that is a lot. So I don't think I've ever tried a waterproof foundation before, so yeah. And I picked it up in the shade 70NN. 70 is the intensity, which is dark, and then N is neutral, which is the master tone, and then neutral, which is the undertone. I swatched quite a few of these in store before I decided on what I was gonna buy, so this was the closest match to me. And then with the concealer, it says buildable, full coverage, flexible, breathable, does not transfer, real skin matte finish, corrects the look of imperfections, it's waterproof, and also vegan formula. So it's basically the same as the foundation, however it's full coverage and not buildable. And then I got this in the shade 70NY, which is dark neutral yellow undertone. So this is the packaging, the box that it comes in. Packaging is pretty simple. And then the concealer is in the same packaging as well. I'm not gonna lie, when I saw this foundation first last year, I loved the packaging. So the lid cover is gold and then all the writing on the packaging is gold. I just absolutely love this. I think it looks so classy and clean. It has like a little indent here as well, which is kind of different. Can you see? And then at the side it has the Urban Decay logo. And then it has a pump, and I love the fact that the pump is gold. So it really just ties everything in together. And then the concealer is the same thing, gold lid, gold writing, and then the wand. So I don't know if you can see, but the wand has like a slight curvature to it. So I do want to mention that the packaging isn't actually glass, it's plastic, but it's a durable plastic. I did think it was glass by the way it looked, and then lifting it I realized it was plastic, both the concealer and the foundation. I'm not really fussed with this because I feel like it's more travel friendly. Okay, so the foundation has 30 mils, which is standard for a foundation, and then the concealer has 10.2 grams, which is actually okay. Which is a lot actually. That's a lot. I'm just realizing because my e.l.f. concealers only have 5 grams of product. Bruh. Yeah, I am right. So the e.l.f. concealers have 5.67 grams of product, which is 0.2 ounces. So you get double the amount of product in this concealer than you would do the e.l.f. concealers, and I feel like a lot of concealers are under 10 grams, so this is actually pretty decent. Okay, so the foundation actually retails for £31. I got this on offer, so I think I paid £28 or £27 for it. And then the concealer retails for £23, but I also got this on offer, so I think I paid £17 for this. I love an offer. If I'm gonna splurge out on makeup products, I tend to try and find some type of discount code or something. I think the foundation is just I do always feel like when concealers cost more than like £15 or so, it's kind of a bit much because you're not getting a lot in that concealer. And I get it, it's a brand, you're paying for the brand as well as the quality. But yeah, I'm not. Let's just move on. Okay, so I do like to do swatches of other foundations when I do foundation reviews, just so that you guys can get like a rough idea of how that foundation looks up against other foundations that match me. So that's what I'm going to do today. So this is the Nars Stay Naked foundation in the shade 70NN. It's supposed to be a neutral undertone. Now, I am a bit picky when it comes to neutral foundations because they tend to go grey. So this is my Fenty Pro Filt'r foundation in the shade 410. So this is my e.l.f. Flawless Finish foundation in the shade Nutmeg. So this is my Nars Longwear foundation in the shade Macao, and this is one of my better matches. This is my Anastasia Beverly Hills foundation, and this is in the shade 470C. And then finally, this is my Dior Backstage foundation in the shade 5N. Okay, so those are the foundations that I have in rotation at the moment that I'm currently using. I do apologize that I don't have that many drugstore foundations to compare for you guys, because I do like to have a range of foundations that I can compare it against. Okay, so I'm going to prime my face with my Fenty True Matte Concealer Primer. You guys tell me down below if you would like me to compare me using the sponge on one side and then brush on the other side for future videos. I tend to just go in with the sponge because if I'm being realistic, that's what I do. So I like to use the tool that I know I'm going to always use with my foundations. So I'm just going to go in with my sponge. And I've pumped one pump out. So I'm really fussy when it comes to foundation matches because my complexion is a little bit weird. My face is darker than my body, like most people. I think the coverage is pretty good. It's medium coverage, definitely. It's covered most of my blemishes. I can only see a few blemishes peeking through. The only other area that I have of concern is obviously my smile lines. I never used to really get smile lines like that, but I've found like recently I've been getting it a lot when I put my makeup on. So I'm just going to quickly apply some contour. Okay, so that's my foundation and contour on. So I'm going to move on to the concealer now. The foundation feels super duper lightweight, like super lightweight. It's definitely matte, not a soft matte, matte, but it's not drying, tugging. I don't feel like it's like, it doesn't feel heavy or matte on my skin, but it is matte. So I'm going to go in with the concealer now. And if you don't know already, I have really bad like creasy eyes. I only ever use the e.l.f. Camo Concealer because that's the only concealer that ever works under my eyes because they crease so badly. But I am going to go in and use this today. And I'm loving the undertone of this concealer. I actually picked this concealer online, so I just kind of guessed and looks like I did a good job. So I'm just going to let that area kind of sit for a little bit before I blend it out, just because my under eyes crease way too much. Okay, so I'm not going to waste any time. I'm just going to go straight into setting my under eyes. And I use the Beauty Bakery setting powder in the shade Plantain. Okay, so I've just baked my under eyes a little bit because I know how concealers work, and as I said, my eyes are really creasy, so I'm just gonna bake just to ensure. Okay, so I'm just gonna dust off that baking powder, that powder bake, that whatever. Okay, so this is all my makeup done, and this is what the foundation and the concealer is looking like, and I'm loving it. Like, I've worn this foundation for a couple of days now, and I absolutely love the way it looks. Like, it looks really good, and I think the match is just really good. Like, I love it. I love the concealer and the foundation. So the foundation and the concealer is super lightweight. Like, it's so lightweight. I've worn this for hours, like all day, and I didn't feel the foundation as the day went by, which tends to happen to a lot of foundation. After you've worn it for a couple of hours, you can kind of feel the foundation on your skin as your skin starts to produce oils. But this foundation, it just feels really lightweight. My face stayed matte all day when I wore it, like completely. My makeup looks so flawless, so good. So before I even show you guys the wear test, like, I'm just gonna tell you right here, right now, this foundation hits. And I haven't felt this way about a foundation in a long time. But this foundation, I'm like super impressed with it. The only areas that really wore or kind of concerned a bit was obviously my smile lines and underneath my eyes started to crease, but the creasing wasn't that much because my eyes crease really badly anyways. So this concealer actually wore pretty well to say that my eyes are always creasing. The coverage isn't like super full coverage though, I do have to say that. I do feel like my e.l.f. concealers have way more coverage than this concealer. I could kind of see a little bit of my like grayness kind of peeking through as the day went by, but it wasn't like significantly obvious or like major. So I don't really have any major concerns when it comes to that. I do like the concealer on the other parts of my face as well, so I think I'll probably end up using it like how I use the Pat McGrath concealer, which is like down the bridge of my nose and like all the areas I want to highlight that isn't like directly underneath my eyes. I really like the undertone of the concealer as well, because usually I have to mix my e.l.f. camo concealers in the shade Deep Chestnut and Deep Olive just to get the right undertone and brightness at the same time. The Deep Olive is a little bit more yellow, so it kind of brightens up my under eye, whereas this is perfect, the undertone of this, because it has like a yellow undertone because it's a neutral yellow, but it's not like yellow, it's not like stark yellow that when you put it on you can clearly see. And I find that it wore really well with all of the rest of my makeup, because the foundation is matte but it's lightweight at the same time, so you don't feel that matteness. When I do put down my contour, which is a bit more dewy, it kind of just like ties everything just nicely together. I don't know if you can see, like I'm not wearing any highlighter at all, but because my contour is a little bit more dewy and my foundation is just a little bit more matte, it just kind of ties everything really nicely together, so my face isn't like flat. Transfer, it does not transfer. This does not transfer. Yes, it's flexible. Yes, it's breathable. Yes, it's like a skin matte finish. Yes, it's a medium to buildable coverage. It doesn't transfer and it does minimize the pores. Now, I don't know if it's waterproof because I have not tried that and I'm not going to be trying that. Sorry. It is actually quite late now, so I probably won't be able to wear it for like a ridiculously long period of time. But I am gonna wear it for as long as I can so you guys can see. So I'm just giving you guys a quick update. So I first put this makeup on at 6 o'clock. It's now 11 o'clock, so that's about 5 hours wear, and this is what the foundation is looking like. You can see my skin does not look oily or anything. There's just a little bit of oil just like where my eyebrow is and just the tip of my nose, but everywhere else is completely matte. For some reason it's kind of showing up ashy on camera, but it doesn't look like that in person. So I'm just wondering if this foundation doesn't photograph too good. So let's try a flash test just quickly. No, it looks fine. So yeah, it photographs really good. It looks fine. I'm like super happy with it. I mean, it's 5 hours and my face is still matte. It's really lightweight. I went to sleep as well, touched my whole face. Foundation hasn't moved at all. So yeah, I'm really happy and really impressed with this foundation. My under eyes haven't creased. It still isn't like super full coverage to the level that I would love it to be, but I feel like the concealer's done amazing, especially for my eyes. Like my eyes are dreadful, they crease like crazy. I'm so tired. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. Please don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you did, and subscribe down below, and make sure you put your bell notification on so that you're notified every time I upload a video. I just had like a brain fart moment. So I do actually have a foundation review playlist. If you guys are a similar complexion to me, you can check out that playlist with all the foundations that I've ever used on this channel. It will be in that playlist. I'll probably put it in the cards above as well. So yeah, so I'll see you guys in the next one. Mwah.